That's what.
All right. Actually, let us begin. We are going to be questioning this gentleman on those flying hours on record. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is yet another episode of the POV for those who are new, because now we have an international individual from Liberia. POV means the point of view. This is where no one is ever wrong. It just depends on the point of view where you are standing at. As I've already said, this is an international individual, a multi-talented individual from West Africa. Kindly introduce yourself, sir.
Well, I goes by the name Rach Music, and I'm a Liberian. I'm from West Africa, Liberia. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, let's just jump right into it. Liberia, for those who might not know, for those who are less traveled, can you just tell me where is Liberia? Like which segment is in it?
Yeah, Liberia is located on the west coast of Africa. Yeah, that's where Liberia is situated.
Right. Let me just check if this camera is recording.
Positively.
Yes. Okay. All right. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Which countries are close to Liberia?
So we have three neighboring countries close to Liberia in West Africa, West African countries. That is Guinea, that is Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone.
Yeah, Sierra Leone and Guinea.
It's Sierra Leone. Okay. I'm spotting an accent, right?
Yeah.
So explain this accent. Why do you speak the way you do?
Yeah, the way I speak is number one, that's how we speak in our country.
All right.
And apart from that, I grew up hearing my parents speaking like this.
All right.
And I just dive into it.
All right. So there's Puza. Did I taught you a
Oh,
Puza?
Yeah.
Puza?
Pusa mats.
Puza mans.
Yeah.
So amans is what?
It's water.
Water. Okay. So I thought it was say water.
No, it's water.
So I'm getting somewhere with this.
Oh yeah.
So we were colonized, the South Africans, by Dutch, Netherlands, and also a bit by Britain, if I'm getting my history correct.
Yeah.
Liberia was also colonized.
Yeah, my country was colonized by the ACS, the American Colonization Society, and it was in.
So this is where I wanted you to actually express. I think it's important to know where the man is coming from before we can know why the man is here and where is he going.
Positive.
So take me through the decision of coming to South Africa, because currently we are in South Africa. Just take me through why the decision of coming to South Africa.
Yeah, it's been a crazy journey, and it was a very crazy one because my journey, because I'm on a move. I always tell myself I'm on a move.
Right.
And my journey to South Africa was a very crazy one. Number one, I went through a lot of tough time to come here. Yeah. That is where I have to sell everything I ever had. That is my entire studio equipment. I have to sell them. And then it took me 18 hours to be here.
18 hours.
Yeah. And
is the flight 18 or you have to join?
The flight is 18 hours.
So take me through 18 hours. It's like you are from straight from America. But I doubt it can be from an African country. It's like just take me through, how did it become 18?
So from my country Liberia to Ethiopia, because I had a one transit point, because I came with Addis Ababa, because I came with Ethiopia Airline.
All right.
So I have to transit through Ethiopia to come here to South Africa. And from my country, Liberia, to Ethiopia is almost like I think like 10 hours and something like that.
Okay.
It's far.
So you landed in Joburg.
And I landed in Joburg. But I landed in Ethiopia first.
Okay.
From Ethiopia, it took me like 8 hours to come to Joburg.
To Joburg.
Yeah.
So before you even got into a flight, can you just take me through the process of applying to come here?
Oh yeah, sure. So the first thing you need is to apply it either online or you need an invitation.
All right.
That is if you are outside the country and you want to come into the legal process.
Okay.
Either you apply for visa online, either a visit visa or tourist visa or whatever visa it may be.
Okay.
Or a study visa, or if you have a close friend or whatever, if what are you? The person can be your friend or whatever, whatever relationship between
But
you and that
there's
person.
supposed to be a
Yeah.
visa.
So what they need to do is they need to send you an invitation, not just an invitation. They are also sending you um, a form
A form.
along with the
Okay.
invitation.
Right?
Yeah. So this form is going to tell us who are you and the person who is writing this invitation to you.
Ooh.
Who are the person? Who is the person to you? How long have you been knowing each other for? Basic thing like that.
Right.
And why are you coming for? And why are they sending for you? And the person name and the person address. Everything going to be stated. And you like for instance, if you send me that invitation, I should know all the basic information about you because this basic information. That's why I'm filling in the forms. Oh. And you're not just filling in the form with just any pen. No, you are using a specific pen. That is black pen.
Okay.
Yeah, that is black.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, I call you Archie. I know you introduced
Right. Oh yeah, sure.
As Rashnil.
Yeah.
Bro, how long did it take you to be able to be granted a visa to South Africa?
So the process is like 1 week. The entire process. Because the first thing you need to do is after you filled in the form and you do a thing like that, you have to submit to the embassy.
Okay.
And in my country, the embassy is located on a street called what the name of this street? Oh my God. The name of the street I'm just forgetting because the period of time now. Yeah.
Okay.
But the first thing you have to do is you have to take along the invitation. Right. Along with the form and present it to the embassy. Then the embassy is going to give you their account number and you're going to pay $61 US to the embassy account. So you will go to the bank. There's a bank in my country named Eco Bank. So you will go to Eco Bank, take the account number, the embassy number, and submit and do a deposit of $61 USD. Right. And take the receipt from the bank and go to the embassy. But not just that, the embassy also want to see a certain amount from your bank account.
Okay.
Right. That is, we call that bank statement.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. So if you don't have a bank statement, a legit bank statement, trust me,
you're not gonna
qualify. Even if you have everything correct, like.
So there is something that I'd want to know. Why go through all this? What was so special about South Africa and have to even sell your studio equipment? You can imagine if you are an artist that side with the studio or well established, I can only imagine me selling everything that is here at the studio just to why South Africa? Because
I feel like my dream can come true here. Because apart from that, me being a kid, there is this South African movie I watched by a lady named Sarafina. I don't know.
Oh, Sarafina. Okay.
Sarafina, yeah, I can still remember that. And every time my dad used to play this movie, just even though we don't understand the language, but it made me feel like music have a general language, even if you don't understand. But there is a language. But actually, when you're listening and watching Sarafina, it is not a good movie for a black person to actually watch. Right. You mean out of all that, I would never have traveled. Imagine someone saying, I decided to travel to the Amazon because of anaconda. Yeah. No, it's serious. Okay, it's fine. You know what? Because of the interest of time, I would like us to go to the topic of the day. The topic of the day is illegal immigrants. We cannot shy away from the fact that currently in South Africa, there is an unsettlement, something that we need to fix as a country, as the people of South Africa, which is addressing the issue of illegal immigration from African countries and other countries as well, but just specifically, more importantly, on Africans who are coming to South Africa illegally to use the resources, to abuse the resources, as well as just to crowd the country. I want your POV about that. All right, so I got a question before I can. Let's go. I just checked in them. So my question is, okay, I'm sorry. Oh no, I'll wait. Yeah, just a second.
So while you're scrolling, I think based on the documents that you've sent, you are a legal immigrant.
Right, sure,
Ah,
sure.
all right. I just want us to
yes, sure. I
first
am a
I
legal
needed to,
immigrant.
just to establish that.
Oh yeah, sure, I am.
Awesome.
So my question is, do you think there is a difference between immigrant or in a undocumented person who is in the country and working and owning business in the country? Do you think there's a difference?
Do you think there is a difference between an immigrant?
Yeah, an immigrant and an undocumented person.
Okay, so an immigrant is someone who's coming from another country to a specific country, right? So
Yeah.
it's a foreign person to that particular land. Now, an undocumented person is that individual who have traveled to the country, but because you've said undocumented,
Right.
that means he has come through means that are not known to the official government.
Right.
So an immigrant can be a legal immigrant, which means like yourself, you have
Yeah,
got
sure.
you visited the visa, the embassy, and you
yeah.
did get your documents. But when you are an undocumented, that means you skip through all the documentation and you just came through by illegal means,
Right.
and you've came through. I think I've answered
Positively,
your
sure.
question.
Yeah. And the thing is, I've been observing over the time because this is a situation that is massive now in the country, like as it relates to foreigners
Yeah.
or immigrant or illegal immigrants
check it.
in the country. This is a situation that's been happening because I've been seeing series of protests and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So what the protest is about, do the citizens of South Africa want all immigrants to leave the country or illegal immigrant?
Okay. Let me speak to what I know. Obviously, it's a POV, it's a point of view.
Yeah.
So there's been an observation that the country is now suffering in terms of its resources of how many people it can occupy in South Africa, right?
Okay.
So in terms of its resources, we are now drained out of the resources that we have because it is now carrying more than it can, right? Okay. Mostly because of illegal people who are in the country, right? So I'll make an example of when you are cooking, right? If you are cooking and you know that, okay, when I'm cooking, I'm going to use this pan, this 32-inch pan, right?
Right.
And I understand that there are some visitors who are currently in my home.
Yeah.
So I know that we are all going to have 12 plates instead of the 4 that we usually have.
Sure.
That means there are 8 people who are visiting, right?
Yeah.
Only to find out that there are 10 more who were hiding. Now that is going to strain the dinner table.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
So now South Africans are saying, we are now full and we can no longer take and absorb people who are coming outside of the country, coming in to take the same resources we are competing for. Even these resources are not even enough for the South Africans who are here in South Africa. So to give you a straight answer, it's mainly on illegal immigrants. You are here, we are having this conversation because
Right.
I know that you are a legal
Right.
person in the country.
Sure.
We will not be having this conversation because I know, even if, no matter how my heart is, but
Sure.
if you are illegal, that means I'm also contributing towards a crime because
Sure.
you will be here in an illegal manner.
Positively.
Right.
Now, another thing is this. Why it is true, citizens are against illegal immigrant. But what become of these immigrants who they are illegal in the country, but they have families and they have born by the South African lady and they have children. Their children was born here and they are working. What become of them? Like chasing them away.
So it's a complicated crime. Let me just explain it.
Yeah.
It's a complicated crime. It's like you stealing bread because you are hungry. But it does not take away the fact that you've done what? You have stolen. But
right.
Also as a human, I understand that you were hungry. So it's a complicated crime when you came here illegally. But because you are here, obviously you are actually a good-looking man, not you, obviously.
Sure.
but you've dated a South African who is legal in the country and you have had an offspring.
Yeah.
Now, it's complicated in a sense that you came here by illegal means. You have acquired your space. Now you've got this product, which is a child, which is here. Now it becomes really complicated. That is when, as the country, we sit down and see how do we maneuver and how do we move on through that pain. But it does not take away the fact that there was crime that was committed.
Right.
And it would be tone deaf to a South African citizen who would say, just because you have found a loophole into saying, if I go to South Africa and naturalize myself by having dated a South African and giving them a baby, I will somehow have got something to argue on.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Sure.
But simply put, we are all struggling, man. We are all struggling.
So the thing is, what then become of this situation or these people? How can we solve this problem? Should we chase them out, or should something be done? Probably like a legal step be taken, or like by them going through the proper way. What can we do in this case? Because for my own observation, like I've been here over some time, and I've been seeing a lot of people, a lot of people around there. They are foreigners and stuff like that. Like, you have Nigerians, you have Liberians, you have Congolese, you have, just in the list go on. Yeah. So, and these people, some of them have business here, some of them have massive family, children, some of them is working here. And so now with this, how can we put them in a better place, or what can we do about this situation?
But also, you are also asking, how can a South African government take care of another nationality's problem? So if that is a problem, you are not born out of an idea. There is a country that you are coming from.
Right.
I think the government of that particular country is also supposed to play a role in this situation.
Because every country has a policy.
You have policies in the country. So it should not mainly be just a think tank of South Africa and on how to solve problems of other countries, right?
Sure.
And not to put away the contributions that have been done by other countries, by the way. Other countries have been very important in South Africa, especially when we did not have our own independence. But you cannot therefore use that as leverage to say we are going to be abusing the kindness that is brought out by South Africans. Sure. I understand where you are coming from, and I feel and empathize with where you are coming from. Not you specifically, because you are not coming from that particular situation.
Sure.
But at the same time, I'm saying it's quite an unfair conversation to have, to actually put South Africans as the people who are supposed to have a solution, while they're also telling you that they are struggling.
Right.
I think we can at least establish some sort of reality. But also, I want to throw it back to you.
Yeah.
The same question, but in a different manner. What do you say about an illegal person who's here, who's now causing crimes, who's now selling drugs, who's now selling illegal products in the country, counterfeits, and also changing and hijacking and all these bad things that are done by illegal people? Not to say South Africans do not partake in that, but I'm just specifically asking.
And now this is where I comes in, but my own point of view. This is both ways.
Yeah.
Let's as a human, let's look at this both ways. All right. I'm going to answer the question in two different ways. From my own point of view.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, now here is
no
it.
one is wrong.
There's a possibility a person can be illegal in a country, but yet they are free from crime.
Oh, yes.
And now with those who are illegal in the country and they are committing crime, my point of view is, I would say these people can be taken back to their country. They can be sent back to their country.
Yes. Yes.
And now with those who are illegal in the country and they are committing crime, my point of view is, I would say these people can be taken back to their country. They can be sent back to their country.
Yes.
Okay, let me put this way, right? I come to you, I'm asking you for help. Oh, my brother, this is why it's happening to me. I need help from you.
Yeah.
Okay, right. You accept to help me. While you are helping me, all the help you are rendering to me, it's not been noticed.
Yeah, yeah.
Like my appreciation, but all I bring you is problems. Trust me, you're a human, you get tired.
Yes, that's correct.
That's why I say I'm going to answer the question both ways.
Yeah.
It is also truth. I can be asking for help and still be in a position of
Really being humble.
Yeah, and still be in a humble position
But
and protecting my space and understanding the breaches, between the relationship the kindness you're about to show me, and understanding the breaches between this kindness and stuff like that. You see, but I can be asking for help and then bringing problems to you.
That's true.
And that's where the complication comes.
Let me pitch in something that you say that of which I agree with both the people who will respect the laws and those who will not. But when you say they should be sent back to their country, it's not that cheap. You sold equipment to come to South Africa.
Sure,
right?
Sure.
That means it's expensive to come to South Africa.
Very expensive.
So I assume it's expensive to go back to your country.
And the thing is, if I would tell you how much I paid for my ticket to come, $1,700.
How much is that? That's
$700. I mean American dollars.
That means it's about 25,000 rand.
Yeah. So and the thing is, I'm not just saying even me, I'm an immigrant. But the thing is, my point I'm trying to make. That's why I said previously I'm going to answer the question in both ways. Like those people who are in the country, they are illegal in the country. They are safe. They are crime-free. That's another way of looking at it. But okay, there are some in the country. They are selling drugs. They are illegal in the country, right? But they are committing crimes. They are selling drugs. They are involved into too many bad things, And this is not helpful in the society.
Yep, that's correct.
And why some people they are illegal in the country, but they are crime-free. They are doing the right thing. They are on their lane. They are minding their own business. They are struggling to survive and stuff. So that's why I said we have to look at this.
So if I may ask, how do you become illegal and behave? How did you get to come to South Africa? Why did you choose to be illegal? Because even if you are behaving, but if you already it's like stealing bread, how does it get to that?
And now here's another thing, right? There's a possibility a person can be having probably political issues and stuff in their country, and they are running for their life.
So
they can come. They don't have the money, but they have another means to pass through some kind of way and come in the country.
I figure you are talking about asylum seekers.
Right. Yeah.
So there is a rule about that as well. So an asylum seeker is someone due to political battles back in their country or the unsafety in their country or wars that are happening. It is said by the United Nations that you can travel to another country for safety, right? So you become illegal, but you will be received by that country, right?
Yeah.
So let me check. So that means you are an illegal person, but in a legal form, right? But it also stipulates that you should go to the nearest safe country, not just any country of your choice. But I feel like it is being used in a sense that anyone can just travel to any country, and everyone, even if you are from the North Africa, if you feel like going to South Africa, you're going to use the excuse that it is unsettled in my country. Imagine someone from Egypt, I'm making an example, coming to South Africa to say, I came here through an asylum. That does not make sense because you've traveled all the other 53 states to become an illegal undocumented person in this state. It does not make sense. But also, you have to remember that South Africa as well has got limited resources. Thinking about the example I made of a pot. If I'm cooking, I'm accommodating a number of people. I'm not expecting that everyone will just flood into the country. I hope we are in a sense.
Yeah, sure. And now there's another thing, right? I don't know. But there's a possibility a person can be in a safe country, but yet they want to change their location to relocate in another country.
Now, that is now an issue that is very problematic. And usually that is made by, it's one country that has been, in their own admission as well, Nigerians. Nigerians, I think their IQ is so high that they misuse it. They are so intelligent that they misuse their intelligence. If you look at the amount of other countries that have banned Nigerians from visiting the country. And I hope I can have a Nigerian who will actually explain this. I don't want to speak this conversation without them.
Yeah.
You will travel to South Africa. When you are in South Africa, you therefore take a detour to apply for a visa to America. And when you get to America, you start making a crime. And then because you were in South Africa when you applied for the visa, you are now considered as South Africa. Is that fair to you?
No, it's not. You know, just to buttress what you say, like I remember a few months ago, my bishop, Pastor Timothy, he was sharing the same conversation with us because he's a Liberian, but he's been here many years, many years. And then he said he could remember South Africa used to be a very nice place. You never used to hear it, you know, people talking about, oh, we don't want foreigners and stuff like that. But the problem start to come in when other different nationals came in the country, apply for passport, and they use South African passport, go into other countries like America, Australia, and other part of the world, and commit crime with the passport they have.
Yes, sir.
And definitely it's going to reflect on South Africa.
Okay, do you know?
You see that?
So I think we are in solidarity in that point that if you are mistreating and misusing the kindness, eventually it's going to run out.
Yeah, right. even with me, with my country, like my country is a very peaceful country in sense like I can say it's a very free country. You don't need visa to go to my country. You don't need.
Oh, it means I can just travel too.
Oh yeah, sure. It's lovely people, friendly people.
Girls?
Yeah, beautiful girls, man. I mean,
okay.
So beautiful.
What's the currency?
We have two currencies in my country.
Don't lose your train of thought. I'm just.
So we have LD, that is the local currency, Liberian dollars. Okay. So the LD, and we have the US dollars, the LD. And we have the US dollars. But the US dollars is in every market, even in a taxi. Okay. It's everywhere.
All right. So can I marry more than one?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Go back to your okay. Go back to your thoughts, please.
Yeah, so basically, so the thing is, so another thing, right? Let's look at this as human. Right? From my point of view, I think Africa, we should be one people, one voice, one mind, one continent. And with the issue of, I don't want to say discriminating, hey, you belong to this country, you belong to this place, you belong to this place. I don't know, but I think we should be one people, one country, one continent.
I think you
Africa,
would think that way because you are well traveled, but right. A person who's not well traveled would not think that way. You traveled all the way from Liberia, 18 hours to South Africa, right. And at some point in 2014, I myself traveled to Zimbabwe and Zambia. So I understand that traveling and how important it is, and I would agree with you. But I don't think at this moment we are fit enough to make it one. It's like we want to host a global or a continental issue when we are failing just one country. So eventually we will, but I don't think right now is the right, because we're not having the right communication, right? But I want us to be one. Let us start with a few things, just something that is tangible, like a song, like a continental song. So let us see if we can be able to have a song that is hosting 54 nationalities, right? Yeah, sure. So let us see with tangible things before we can even say we are opening the borders and say we are now sharing everything, because there is a lot that is not stable. I think we will crash the idea before it comes to it.
It come a lot. So yeah, it was nice. But another thing, so to conclude this identical protest about the living or the illegal immigrant. What's the solution? What do you think need to be done?
It's an interesting one that this conversation is actually about me asking you, but you've turned it around. So mine is to say, firstly, the likes of Mrs. Zuma, Jacinta Ngobese Zuma, who has started March and March. I think that is the right start to actually have a conversation. to have a conversation, no matter how uncomfortable it is,
Yeah.
but to have a conversation, to put an awareness. It starts about recognizing the problem, because I'm living here in Durban, specifically in South Beach, where two occasions have happened. The outrouting of illegal people who are supposed to be in hospital, which is Addington Hospital mainly, which is located at South Beach. And secondly, Addington School, which is a primary school that was trending in the beginning of the year. So I'm privileged to have seen it firsthand, those things happening. So if you're asking me, where do we start? I think it has already started. It is to actually explain what is an immigrant, what is an illegal immigrant, what is a state, and what laws, what is an asylum seeker, what documents are there, so that I can know that you are legal or illegal, and what does it mean. I think even what we are doing here is another step, because through this conversation, I'm sure someone is going to learn.
All right. So
Right?
Okay, yeah,
they
sure.
were not denied, but the resources are small. We are obviously going to be fighting and arguing about it, but the resources are small. You have a country, a full running country, that would have done that for you.
that's true. But now another way is this.
But are you getting my analysis?
Sure,
So,
I'm doing.
so it's
sure.
not a matter of being denied, but the fact of the matter, it becomes unfair for me to have to compete for something.
So in short, in a nutshell, right? So it has the government have ever come to say, oh, I think the resource is small, or people or citizens were just like, or they were just assuming that it is small, because trust me, on that line, you have people who you have people on that line who is
Okay, continue.
documented people who have documents, but yet they were on that line. And from my own perspective, I'm speaking from my own point of view. Yeah, and some maybe they don't have the document, but there's a possibility 90 or 99% of them can be having document. So probably I don't think it was necessary that they chase the immigrant out of the hospital. I think it was going to be better if you're a legal person, before you acquire some medication, present your legal documents.
So
I
you
think
remember?
I think it will be.
No. You remember when you spoke about a bank statement?
Right, sure.
You said there must be a certain amount of money that you have.
Right.
You see that bank statement, it also wants to prove, if in case you want to go to hospital, is it enough for you to pay for a private hospital? I think that is where something was skipped. Are you understanding?
Sure.
So I am not saying this out of fear or favor.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I'm saying, to be quite honest, the issue of illegal immigrants has got laws and procedures. Even if I can go to Liberia, there are some rights and responsibilities that you will access that I cannot access. I need to
100%.
face that, because I will not be a Liberian.
Sure.
So goes for South Africa as well. It should not be a banana republic where everyone does as they wish. There are just some things that you need to access. Unfortunately, because I'm not a Liberian, I'm not privy to them. Even if you might think because of the color of our skin we deserve, unfortunately it doesn't work like that. Right. So when chasing a person out of a hospital who is in need, it sounds inhumane. But when you're chasing out that person, it means there is someone else who's going to access equally and even more in need of that resource.
Okay. Understood.
So it's not a matter of hate. I understand this is a very touchy subject to talk to. It's a very uncomfortable conversation to have, but it's a necessary conversation
because I've listened to people like many people. They say they took off from the hospital. We can access medication, and we are residing in the country. Why it is you? Some of these people that were saying these things, they are on refugee status, and they have every document for refugees. So what become of people like that?
So
that's
again,
like,
you need to look at the refugee status. If that refugee is having a right to access that right, because that is, do you have the right to access that resource? Because even if you are a refugee, it doesn't mean you will walk into my house and go to my wife and ask for intercourse.
Oh no.
You see? Exactly, but you're a refugee. It doesn't mean that you are allowed to come into my house. Now you can go to the main bedroom.
Okay, but I have a question.
So, because of time, I would want that one to be the last one. We've got 7 minutes here.
So my last question is, if something is of public, what does that mean?
Public. Public, I would say, in what you are talking about, I would like to take a rule of thumb and say it's for a South African. Public right to go and vote. It's
not for...
So public, a public president is for a president of my own. I can go and vote. A vote. You will not go to vote, actually. I'm sure that you can't.
Sure. No, I can't.
The public votes, right? The public goes and votes. So public can be dissected into many ways. But in what we are talking about, the public needs to be scrutinized. It needs to be made sure that it's not for refugees, it's not for asylum seekers, it's for South Africans. Even legal immigrants are not supposed to access everything that the country has to offer.
And this identical place is one of the key places, you know.
It is a will.
Yeah,
it is my own will.
One of the places is key, because now look at, assuming you accept to give a person asylum because they're sick, but you deny them of having food, you deny them of having treatment, you deny them of going to school. What does that imply?
That is like you are complaining if you are an orphan, actually, and you are adopted.
Yeah.
You have a capability of having had a will from your previous parents, right?
Yeah.
I do not have that because I was born here. Allow me at least to be entitled to the will. The little that I have, let me have it in its fullest form. Don't complain. You've been adopted and you are now living in this, but you came here after I was here. So this is my right. This is my birthright. So I know it might sound unfair, but allow me to have access and enjoy.
Sure. So
what is left of
so me. Now I put this in my case. Okay, I'm a legal person in the country. What if now, unfortunately, I get sick and I don't have the form to go to hospital and I choose to go to the private hospital, but yet the private hospital have
that is why
so what become of me?
That is why you must not stay here for the period of time that you said you are going to stay. That is when you said you are going to be here for this amount of time, and the government looked
at sickness doesn't tell you
the government looked at the amount of money that you said you have, and once you start having a problem, even I do not have a medical aid. If I go to a private hospital, immediately I get sick in a private hospital and my funds run out, I be sent to a what? To a government hospital. If you get sick as a Liberian, what's supposed to happen to you? It is a point of view. You're supposed to go home.
Just to conclude.
With that said,
my concluding point is, it's sad, but
you're also not a politician. I would like to conclude.
And my conclusion point is this: I think we as humans, all part of the world. I'm not just referring to South Africa, but I mean every country in the world. I think we need to look at God was the one who made us. He created us. He gave us life. He's the reason why. And trust me, everything that we are enjoying and benefiting from on this earth, trust me, when we die here, everything going to stay here. Everything we ever fighting and killing ourselves for is going to stay here. Even people who don't know anything about it, going to use it, misuse it, the way we ourselves, when we were alive at that time, we never thought of using it. People going to... So what am I saying in short is we have to unite as one human, one people, in one continent. I
agree with you 100%.
Creation of God. That's my conclusion point.
I agree with you 100%. And my conclusion point is let us not wait for the day we are dead so that we can use things sparingly. Because we are still alive, let us use and be able to share when we have to and keep and eat when we cannot. It is actually a sin to share what you do not have. So because you are going to the godly way, let us be fair with each other and treat each other with kindness. Make sure that we do not get into illegal ways and make sure that we leave something for the people who are living there. If you're already adapted into a country, behave the way that the country would like you to behave in. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, it is Z of Z Photography Studios. I was with
Rach Music, known, commonly known. I'm Achi For my stage name, it's Rach Music. You know, humility is the key, man.
The next time we're going to be discussing anything with Rach music is going to be about specifically music. This
Positively.
one was something that was supposed to be heard. So this conversation really it's something that I wanted to have, because one day I will be asked by my grandchildren.
Sure. Even
what were you doing
at that time?
At the time where the country.
Even my fellow Liberians, you know.
They will
ask me that question.
Why did you
in the country at that time? What did you say? What did you do?
With that said, we have found common ground.
Sure.
Be legal.
Sure. Thank you.